Hi guys, this is part 3 of the tutorial series on SketchUp. So let's go have a look at our model and see where we got to. Alright, so here we go. So we've rescaled we've brought in our drawing, we've rescaled it so it's the right size, and now we're going to start building some actual walls on top of it. So to build the walls, we're going to use the rectangle tool. Right, so you can find that over here. It's one of the standard ones, so it'll be, by default, it'll be on this left-hand toolbar. And we're going to start by creating this left-hand wall. Right, so we're going to zoom in here, and we're going to click relatively close. It's going to be as close as we can, but so let's say there. And now we're going to zoom out, and we're going to click again over here. Now, again, this is really important. So the way that you use SketchUp is you're not going to click and drag, right? So I clicked once to start the tool, and now I'm no longer holding my mouse button down. All I did was just click once. Now I'm going to click a second time, or I would click a second time to finish my tool. But actually we're not going to do that because we want to be really accurate in this model. So I'm going to go over to here. And again, I'm not going to click here. I'm just going to see down in the dimensions box. So you'll be able to find that below me here. And you can see that I'm very close to 10,000 millimeters there. And then the other dimension is 254. So what I actually want is I want a 10-meter wall. So 10,000. And I don't have to put the millimeters in or anything. I'm just going to put the number. Because we know that, or SketchUp knows that we're working in millimeters, and then I'm going to put a comma, and then I want the thickness of the wall, right? And so a standard thickness for a wall is 100 millimeters, so we'll just use that. So we'll type in 100, and that's it. And now all I'm going to do is press enter to say that's what I want, and there we go. And so there is our first wall. So you can see here that is our first wall made, right? So now we're going to start and we're going to create the next wall. So this one's over here. So I'm going to again create this wall from here, and again I could just bring this out here and sort of estimate where I want this to end, but you can see that 2 meters plus 3 meters, that should be 5 meters. And so when we look down in the dimensions box, you'll see that we're close to 5 meters, but actually because this wall has some thickness, we've got to subtract 100 mils from it. So we'll go over here, and instead of typing 5,000, we're going to type in 4,900. Oops. So you see how that just jumped? That's because my cursor moved. And so if you start typing something and then you move your cursor, it'll automatically just go back to assuming that you want some sort of cursor input. So I'm just going to do this again. So 4,900, comma, and again the thickness of the wall should be 100. Press enter, and there we go. Right, and so there we've got our second wall. Right, and so here's another wall here. So again, we want to be nice and accurate. So let's just draw a line. So there's a few ways of doing this. Actually, we've already looked at the tape measure tool. Let's use that again. So this time I'm going to click here once on this corner, and then we're going to cross here. Now this should be 2 meters, but remember that there's a thickness to the wall. So this looks like it's meant to be 1800. So I'm just going to type in 1800 and press enter. And you'll see there's this tiny little dot that gets created there. That's a little mark that's going to mark that spot. So now I'm going to create another wall. Here we go, click there once, and then the length of this is going to be, that's close to 4 meters, so let's go 4,000, and again, comma 100, and press enter, and there's the next wall, and then we'll create another wall over here, and again, so how long should this wall be? Well, that looks like it's very close to 3 meters, let's make it 3 meters, so 3,000, comma 100, and press enter. Right, so there's our walls there, and then again this one, so there's no actual measurement here, so I'm just going to do this just by estimating where that should be. So again, draw my wall in. So this is correct except for the 80 millimeters. So I'm just going to type in 1800, comma 100. And there we go. Now you'll see that it's filled in this area here, which we don't want. So we don't want that area, so we can just select it and then just hit the delete key. Right, so to get rid of that. Now you'll notice that I haven't taken into account doors or anything like that, and that's okay. We're not going to deal with the walls at the moment. And then our final wall, this is going to be a glass wall. We'll deal with that later. Our final wall is this one here. And again, we can just start by drawing this in here. Click once to start the tool. And then we're going to type in the number that we want. So this is 4,900, comma 100, and press enter. Right, and that is pretty much it. We've now created at least the floor plan of all of these walls. And so we might as well actually do this. This is very important. So make sure that you save your work. If you get this dialog box, just yes, I want to purge all, and you might get this thing to say that make sure that you're onto your thing, and then now we're going to save it. I'm just going to save this to my drive, and I'll make sure that it's named properly. Now, for you guys, you may be using your Microsoft account, in which case it'll save it to your OneDrive. It's fine, it's yours, it won't go missing. It's just a little bit annoying to get to, but one way to deal with that is to download it, which I can show you later. So I'm just going to do call this test tutorial, and then I should be able to find it again. I'm going to save that. Okay, that is it for this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.